The Daily Stoic, on the topic of clarity. January 8th. Seeing our addictions. We must give up many things to which we are addicted, considering them to be good. Otherwise, courage will vanish, which should continually test itself. Greatness of soul will be lost, which can't stand out unless it disdains as petty what the mob regards as most desirable. Seneca, Moral Letters, 74.12b through 13. What we consider to be harmless indulgences can easily become full-blown addictions. We start with coffee in the morning, and soon enough we can't start the day without it. We check our email because it's part of our job, and soon enough we feel the phantom buzz of the phone in our pocket every few seconds. Soon enough, these harmless habits are running our lives. The little compulsions and drives we have not only chip away our freedom and sovereignty, they cloud our clarity. We think we're in control, but are we really? As one addict put it, addiction is when we've lost the freedom to abstain. Let us reclaim that freedom. What that addiction is for you can vary. Soda, drugs, complaining, gossip, the internet, biting your nails. But you must reclaim the ability to abstain, because within it is your clarity and self-control. Today's reading is a topic I find rather interesting because when most people think of addictions, they think of drugs or alcohol or dangerous activities that may cause harm to you. And when in reality, addiction is just anything that you feel the need to do and have a hard time controlling whether or not you do it. Like the book points out, everything from having coffee to checking your phone, complaining about things, even something that may seem harmless like food or beverages, non-alcoholic of course, may be an addiction to you. And for a lot of people, they have a hard time determining whether or not they're addicted to something, or if it's just something that they enjoy and they'll do once in a while. To test if you're addicted to something, it's pretty simple really. Go without it for a day. Take your phone for example. The next time you head out, leave it on the countertop in your kitchen or on your bedside stand in your bedroom, and head out. You might notice that within a few minutes you'll start to get anxious. You'll start patting your pocket and immediately think, oh, I've lost it. Then remember that you left it back at your home. As your day progresses, you might find yourself instinctually reaching for your phone to check for messages or other notifications, and then get extremely upset when you don't have that ability. You may end up getting extremely bored and unwilling to do your daily tasks at your work. You might even notice that you'll get sweaty or panicky throughout the day without a real reason why. If that sort of thing occurs, you're addicted to your phone. You're addicted to checking the messages and checking whatever notifications and internet gossip that is occurring. Particularly for technology is a strong one for me, which is kind of ironic given that you're using technology to listen to me. However, I find that more people than would care to admit are addicted to the internet, to their phones, to computers, and find themselves having a hard time disconnecting from it and are unwilling to do so. This may not be your addiction. It may be, as it was pointed out, other things. I know that for me, I do have a bit of a hard time with food in general. I'm 5'6" and $2.20. It's not exactly easy for me to say that I'm not addicted to food. I'm also a nail biter. I find myself compulsively doing it when I'm bored and don't have much to do. Both of these are things that I personally need to work on, that I need to get rid of from my life. As each time I indulge in these things, I've shown that I've lost control, as they are habits that are unhealthy for me. I ask you too, to figure out what addictions you have in your life. Start by taking some of the examples that were given, and go without them for a bit. If you start to notice any of the symptoms I mentioned, likely it's a form of addiction. If you find yourself having a hard time quitting it, even to begin with, then likely it's an addiction to you, and I highly recommend cutting it out of your life to the best of your ability. At least for things that aren't like hard drugs. It's in moderation, can be alright. I'm not saying that if you have a hard time with food like I do, that you can't go out and have a pizza or have a burger and fries once in a while. It's just simply to reduce that to exactly what the book says, indulgences, rather than something you do every day. Improve yourself, mind, body, and soul by cutting these addictions out of your life. you'll notice that throughout your days and weeks after you've managed to get it out of your system, that your mental health and physical health have improved. You'll feel better and even look better. I'd like to thank you for listening to today's reading, and I'll see you tomorrow.